How's it going? I just wanted to come to you folks today and do a quick video to kind of give you an update on my current situation and what's going on in my life. As you folks know, I've been living in my car this whole time since January of 2025. It's currently June 30th of 2025, and I'm here to report that I am no longer living in my car. There has been a recent update where I have secured shelter and I am thankfully no longer sleeping in my car. The change does come with its challenges, but I am thankful for that. So please excuse the background. I know it's not an ideal setup for my videos, and excuse the lighting. I don't really have a nice setup for recording video. I just use my iPhone, and I'm working on seeing if I can improve with the lighting situation. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to do a video today regarding some of the natural products that I use. I like to consider myself a person that is pretty health conscious as much as I can be, especially given my past situation where I may not have been taking as good care of myself as I should have been. But now that I am kind of more stable in my living situation at this time, I wanted to kind of share with you folks some of the products that I use, because I think it's important to kind of, in being transparent and sharing my experience with you folks, you'll get an inside look on what I was using when I was sleeping in my car and what I'm currently using, which is, pretty much the same products. So before I start that, I just want to let you all know what I am reading. So I'm reading a book called Braiding Sweetgrass, and just started, so I can't really give you a detailed synopsis of what the book is about. It was a recommended read and I decided to give it a try, so I will let you folks know once I get further into the book and or finish the book. But yeah, let's get to the products I'm using. I'm gonna try to keep this video as short as possible, so I'll start with what I use for a body wash and even a face wash sometimes. So this is a product by Earth Temple, and just so you know, I'm not sponsored or anything. These are just products I want to share with the world, and I like them. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying they're the most clean products ever. If you have suggestions, please feel free to leave comments down below. I have very sensitive skin and I cannot use a lot of artificial ingredients on my skin or very processed ingredients. So like I said, this is the Earth Temple Raw and Wild Soap Nut Body Wash, and I'll show you. It's considered raw, vegan, sulfate free, natural probiotics, chemical free, wild crafted, GMO free, sustainably harvested, 100% natural plant-based biodegradable formula. So you can see that's listed there. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. And as far as the ingredients, it's artisan spring water, wild crafted soap nut, macroot lime, elephant apple, wild crafted Indian laurel leaf, pineapple, amla, and probiotics. So you can kind of see, oh yeah, it's right there. So those are the ingredients. I hope you saw those. But anyway, the lather on this is pretty mild, and it smells mildly fermented, mildly sweet, and there's a little earthiness in the background, but it's pretty much scentless. It's just the natural scent of the ingredients. So when I say scentless, I mean nothing was added to add a scent to this product. So yeah. So that's what I use pretty much for like a body wash and possibly a face wash. I have been using this for quite a while, so about a year now. So I like the results that I get. As far as toothpaste is concerned, I use the Uncle Harry's Alkalizing mineral toothpaste with spearmint. Now, I've been pretty negligent of my oral hygiene in the past, and now I'm like very I'm very strict in my practice now because I want to preserve my teeth and I want to have a healthy mouth. So I really make greater effort now than I ever have to take care of my oral health. So this is Uncle Harry's Alkalizing toothpaste. It's not really, but yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this is what I use, and I'll read the ingredients for you. Now, I will note that it has a warning. It's called the P65 warning for California. It says cancer and reproductive harm is on here, so I want to be fully transparent with you folks. You can kind of see there that the warning is there, and that is because it has trace amounts of lead in the bentonite. So, you know, use it at your own discretion if you choose. I love the product. I haven't had any issues with it that I know of, but this is a lot cleaner in my opinion than some of the other toothpastes that I have used in the past. So yeah, I will read the ingredients for you. So the ingredients are purified water, bentonite clay, bentonite clay, calcium carbonate, sea salt, alkalizing ionic minerals, mustard seed, natural menthol, pure essential oils of spearmint, peppermint, eucalyptus, clove, wintergreen, and oregano. So, you know, I love their products, and yeah, I use this for toothpaste. You can kind of see I do use these products. You can kind of see the texture. It's very thick and pasty. It does not sud. So if you're expecting a sudsing agent in your toothpaste, this is not the option for you. I also use this tongue scraper, and if I can find links to any of these products, I will put them down below for you folks. But I use this copper tongue scraper. I've been using a tongue scraper since I decided to be more attentive to my oral hygiene routine. I adopted the use of this from my studies of Ayurveda. So I used the tongue scraper. You know, I had a stainless steel one, but I really love the copper one. So if I can find this, I will leave a link to this product. And it just gets all of that extra gunk off of your tongue when you after brushing with this toothpaste, because this is a detoxifying toothpaste, so a lot of the toxins that are on the tongue will be extracted, and this just kind of helps to scrape all of that gunk off of your tongue. Now, I don't necessarily need a mouthwash, but if I do use one, I have two options. This is the first. This is the Uncle Harry's, so the same brand as the toothpaste. This is the Uncle Harry's mouthwash spray, and it's the original. So it has, let me see, ingredients are as follows: purified deionized microfiltered water and 10 parts per million of silver mineral. That's 99% pure, active ionic minerals, essential oils of peppermint, eucalyptus, clove, wintergreen, and oregano. So really potent stuff. It's very powerful. I only do like 2 or 3 sprays, and then I swish it around to build up saliva, so it will help remineralize the teeth. Yeah, I love it, and I feel fresh after using it. To round up the oral hygiene, I use a toothbrush made out of bamboo, so it is fully biodegradable. So when I finish using this toothbrush, I just snap off the head and throw it. You can throw it in the compost. But yeah, this is made out of an extremely renewable resource, which is bamboo. It's a very fast-growing resource and a great product to make durable toothbrushes. Yeah, I use this. and the pack that I get is usually 2 at a time. I don't know if I can find a link for this one because it's by a company called Aina Life, and this is a local Hawaii brand. But I also have, one second. I also have this backup toothbrush that I use. So I use 2 brushes at a time, one in the morning, one for evenings, and I let the morning one air dry while I'm using the other toothbrush in the evening. That way my toothbrush has a full 24 hours to officially dry. It's just more hygienic that way. But this is another company, and if I can find a link, I'll leave it. But this is the Humble company. I also use their bamboo toothbrushes, and I recently picked this one up, and I really love it. Yeah, either of the two, I use those toothbrushes. Let's see. So, other than that, that's pretty much those are pretty much the products that I use right now. I'm a very simple guy. I don't have a complex routine that I do, but I wanted to also show you this because this is something that I absolutely love and I have been using for a very long time for my skin, and it is Rosewater by Heritage Store. I've been using their Rosewater for a while, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that they use Bulgarian roses. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please excuse me. The Damascus rose. So I know that, but I think the source of their roses is possibly Bulgaria. Anyway, they use Damascus rose, and it's a hydrosol of rose. It's very calming for my skin because I've dealt with psoriasis for a long time, and this is definitely something that helps me, as well as monitoring my diet, making sure I'm consuming as many healthy whole foods as possible. I still may have a flare up here and there, but in general, that's why I try to use very clean products, because I don't want to have the flare ups of using things that are inflaming on my skin. Yeah. So yeah, this is the rose water that I use. I absolutely love this stuff. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So like I said, if you have any suggestions for clean products that you use, oh, I guess I can show you this as well. So I'm not a big fragrance person like I used to be. I will use natural resins and things like bahur to perfume my clothing, but as far as putting on the skin, I use attars, which are like fragrance oils, and so they're all natural, made from natural plant matter and extractions from plant material. This is the one that I'm using right now. This is the amber from, what is this, Namat? Don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, this is the one I'm using right now. So I don't use a lot of those toxic sprays and things that are that affect your hormones. And yeah, I try to stick to natural fragrances as much as possible. I make my own with essential oils sometimes, but right now, you know, I'm still recovering from my financial hardship, so I really can't buy all the things that I'm accustomed to using at this time. But you know, just for being budget conscious and making sure that I'm still using as many clean products as possible, I buy these things for now. This is a very bare minimum thing that I do to help take care of my hygiene. And as time progresses and I'm able to return to my normal routine and get all of the products and ingredients that I use, I will be glad to share with you all. I do want to backtrack a little bit because I mentioned that there was a second option for mouthwash that I use, and that is, if I don't have this, I usually use a little bit of water with baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. I know that a lot of dentists will speak against the use of hydrogen peroxide. I just make sure that it's a 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide, and I also make sure to dilute it well with water, as well as having the baking soda. So I'm not using the abrasive baking soda to brush my teeth, although many people swear by it. But I just mix it in a little water and I will gargle with that, and it works wonders. Yeah, my phone died, so I had to insert this portion of the video separately, so please forgive me. I didn't add what I use as a floss in my oral hygiene routine, so I wanted to show you folks that I also use this in my oral routine. It's Smart Floss by Dr. Tongues. So I use this instead of traditional floss. I used to use the floss picks. I really love those, but I'm just trying to reduce my use of single-use plastics. So I do, if I use those, I try to make sure that I'm using the ones that are made from recycled materials or biodegradable materials. So yeah, this is the one I use. It's a plastic-free container, so you don't have to worry about consuming plastic with this product, as well as a lot of the products that I use, they're made from glass. My toothpaste, my mouthwash. Unfortunately, my Rosewater is in a plastic bottle, but you know, baby steps. I'm not perfect. So if you noticed, I didn't show you folks a deodorant. That's because typically what I use as a deodorant, I use magnesium oil in the spray form, or key limes. So I buy packages of key limes from the grocery store, and I just slice a piece off and rub it under my underarm, and that's my deodorant for the day. It works really well, and I'm a person that tends to sweat more, so if it can work for me, I'm pretty sure it can work for most people. Just keep in mind that some people may have a reaction to the citric acid that's in the lime, so just be aware of that. It may irritate you. I definitely don't use it if I'm trimming my underarms right away. So be mindful of that as well. If you're a person that removes your underarm hair or you shave, just know that it may burn if you try to use it. As I stated, I also use the magnesium oil. That is not as effective for me as the lime juice, but I do like to alternate just to give my armpits a break from the acidity of the key limes. So yeah, if you got any value from this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I always look forward to hearing from our community to see what other people do in their day-to-day routine. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.